In recent years, rising tensions between the United States and China have profoundly altered the geopolitical landscape of the Asia-Pacific. Caught in the middle of this escalating power struggle is Japan, a country historically known for its pacifist constitution and defensive military stance. But with increasing threats from China and North Korea, Japan is undergoing a significant transformation. Once dependent on U.S. protection, Japan is now developing a next-generation air fleet that could rival the most advanced militaries in the world. Post-war pacifism and its impact on Japan's defense policy. After its defeat in World War II, Japan adopted a strictly pacifist constitution, heavily influenced by the United States. Article 9 of this constitution renounced war as a means of settling international disputes and prohibited Japan from maintaining armed forces intended for offensive purposes. As a result, Japan's military, renamed the Self-Defense Forces, was designed solely for defensive operations. For decades, Japan relied heavily on the United States to protect its territory while it focused on economic development and rebuilding its society. While this model brought stability and growth, it also meant that Japan's air power lagged behind more aggressive military nations. The rise of new threats, however, is prompting Japan to rethink this long-standing approach. Rising regional threats and strategic shifts. Japan's cautious military stance began to shift as neighboring powers grew increasingly assertive. China's economic surge was accompanied by rapid military expansion, and its actions in the South China Sea and around Taiwan have drawn global concern. Beijing's maritime and aerial incursions near Japanese territory have grown more frequent and aggressive. Japan's support for Taiwan and its close alignment with U.S. foreign policy have made it a target of economic retaliation and cyber attacks from China. Meanwhile, North Korea's growing missile arsenal and nuclear capabilities have added to Japan's anxiety. Frequent missile tests, some landing uncomfortably close to Japanese waters, have made the threat tangible. Given these developments, it has become clear to Japanese leaders that relying solely on allies is no longer a viable option. Doubling down on defense. Recognizing the changing threat environment, Japan's government introduced new policies to bolster its defense capabilities. Former Prime Minister Fumio Kishida emphasized the need for enhanced deterrence in an age of faster and more destructive missile technology. Under new defense guidelines, Japan aims to increase its military spending to 2% of its GDP by 2027, effectively doubling its current defense budget. This expanded budget allows Japan to purchase high-tech weapons from the United States, including Tomahawk cruise missiles, and invest heavily in the development of indigenous systems such as drones, missile defense platforms, and next-generation fighter jets. The quest for air superiority. Initially, Japan sought to buy the F-22 Raptor from the United States, widely considered one of the best stealth fighters in the world. However, U.S. laws prohibited the export of this advanced aircraft, leaving Japan to look inward. In response, Tokyo made the bold decision to design and manufacture its own sixth-generation fighter, a move that signals its ambition to become a true military power. Japan's Ministry of Defense launched early research efforts between 2009 and 2010. These studies led to the concept of the I-3 fighter, named for its defining traits: informed, intelligent, and instantaneous. This cutting-edge jet was envisioned to include advanced radar, high-level AI, communication systems for drones, and futuristic weapons like laser-based defenses. The Mitsubishi X2 Shinshin. To explore advanced fighter technologies, Japan developed the Mitsubishi X2 Shinshin, a fifth-generation prototype built as a technology demonstrator. Similar in size to the Saab JAS-39 Gripen, the X2 featured a stealth-optimized design, twin turbojet engines with 3D thrust vectoring for agility, and supersonic capability. Key innovations included a flyby optics system for faster data transmission, AESA radar with jamming and microwave capabilities, and self-repairing flight controls. Managed by Japan's Acquisition, Technology, and Logistics Agency, the X2 conducted numerous test flights from 2016, laying the foundation for Japan's future combat aircraft. Japan's FX stealth fighter. Building on the success of the X2, Japan began development of a next-generation stealth fighter jet in 2020, known as the Mitsubishi FX, nicknamed Godzilla for its size and power. Designed to be larger and more capable than the US F-22 Raptor, the FX promises a longer range, larger weapons payload, and greater stealth. The aircraft's design prioritizes speed, agility, and stealth. Engineers discarded traditional hydraulics in favor of electronic systems and replaced bolts with high-strength adhesives to reduce weight. The FX will use two powerful XF9 engines with over 20 tons of thrust and thrust vectoring nozzles for rapid maneuverability. To detect and counter enemy stealth aircraft, the FX will employ an advanced sensor suite, including active electronically scanned array radar, infrared cameras, and passive radio wave detectors built with gallium nitride components for superior performance. Its radar-evading design includes hidden weapon bays, radar-absorbing materials, and a plasma-based stealth system that emits energy bursts to scatter enemy radar. Cutting-edge defensive features will include a microwave weapon capable of disabling incoming missiles and AI-supported drone coordination through the Loyal Wingmen concept. These companion drones will support in reconnaissance, missile deployment, and electronic warfare. The Global Combat Air Program. Recognizing that building a world-class fighter requires global expertise, Japan joined forces with the United Kingdom and Italy in 2022 to merge its FX project with the UK's Tempest initiative. This new trilateral effort is called the Global Combat Air Program, and its goal is to develop a sixth-generation fighter jet that meets the needs of all three countries. Major companies are leading different parts of the project. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and British Aerospace Systems are spearheading the overall design. Rolls-Royce and Japan's IAI Corporation are co-developing engines. Italy's Leonardo is handling the electronics, and NBDA will supply the missile systems. The aircraft, expected to be 30% larger than the Eurofighter Typhoon, will feature a delta-wing design with a 50-degree sweep, wide wingspan, and impressive payload capacity. Its stealth and sensor capabilities will allow it to outperform most current-generation fighters, while its modular design will enable rapid upgrades over time. Armament and technological superiority. The Global Combat Air Program fighter will carry a formidable array of weapons. In addition to established systems like the Matra BAE Dynamics Alenia Meteor and Spear 3, Japan will contribute its indigenous ASM-3 anti-ship missile. The coalition is also working on a new missile, the Joint New Air-to-Air Missile, that will combine Japanese radar technology with the Meteor's powerful ramjet propulsion. Although it may not be quite as fast as the Meteor, the Joint New Air-to-Air Missile is expected to offer improved tracking and targeting performance. The fighter's radar systems, currently under joint development under the Jaguar project, Japan and Great Britain's Universal Advanced Radar, will consist of multiple antennas and receivers. This setup will allow for an unprecedented level of data collection from both air and ground sources. AI will play a key role in processing this information, optimizing both offensive and defensive operations. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Japan's next-generation fighter jets and their bold step into advanced military technology, don't forget to show your support. Hit that like button to let us know you want more content like this. Got thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on global defense developments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.